model. Here binding energy curve shows that nuclear stability. Tentative binding energy should be 8 million electron volt. And see here in this curve binding energy per nucleon increases till it should be decreases over 180. Okay, and as for 80 there is a peak point. Okay, so minimum is also 60. Okay, then also said energy released during nuclear fusion and fusion. Here there are two types of reaction will be happen, which is nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. Okay, in nuclear fusion two or more height means two or more light nucleides to form a heavier with more energy, heavier nuclear with more energy, which is binding energy per nucleon, and binding energy difference is released as a fusion energy. Similarly, heavier nuclide, which is we can assume uranium, which is 92-238 in fission to form two or more nucleides with larger binding energy per nuclei and released a fission energy. Here binding energy is 7.5 million electron volt, is same as moderate mass nuclide 8.4, which is 8 MeV. Okay, this is the typical modification of this graph. Next point is liquid drop model. In this liquid drop model you have to see ASCAP. ASCAP means what? There is a long there are 5 terms which is happened in liquid drop model. In this we have to calculate first. We know R is equal to R naught A raised to 1/3. Okay, then volume of nucleus is a circle or sphere. You people know volume of sphere shape is 4/3 pi r cube. We know R is equal to R naught A raised to 1/3. So cube of both sides, so R cube is equal to R naught cube into A. Okay, but now our R naught cube, our radius is 1.2. Okay, then mass of each nucleon is almost equal to 1 AMU, means nuclear mass is directly proportional to atomic mass number, which is 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, atomic kg. Okay, A means atomic mass number. Nuclear density, which is the formula of nuclear density, rho is equal to m by v. Then what is m? 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27 atomic mass divided by 7.24 into 10 raised to minus 45 a meter cube. Here the answer comes 2.3 into 10 raised to 17 kg per meter cube, which is constant. Thus nuclear density is independent of number of nucleons, that is mass number A. With these nuclear properties we can list analogous between liquid drop model and nucleus. Means for a given liquid, the density of liquid drop is independent of volume. Okay, which is independent of its volume and which is constant. This is also true for nucleus. Second, molecules in the liquid drop interact with each other, which is short range cohesive force. Means they interact with their immediate neighbor, only immediate neighbor, not second or third neighbor. Similarly, nucleons in the nucleus interact with immediate neighbors due to short range nuclear forces. Nuclear force is short range, okay, and attractive. Next, surface tension forces arises as the molecules on the surface are interacting with molecules on one side, only one side, not both sides. Okay, so similarly the surface tension like forces must be present on the surface of nucleus, or due to this liquid drop is free space is spherical, so also the nucleus. Okay, next, if you increase the thermal energy, molecules of the liquid evaporate. Means if you increase temperature, molecules evaporate, and when the nucleus is bombarded by the particles, means they are bombarding on each other, then compound of nucleus is formed, which is emits by using excitation energy. Okay. Next, the molecules of liquid in a vapor form condense to form a liquid by giving out energy in the form of heat of condensation. Similarly, the nucleons, when come together to form nucleus, some energy is lost, which is called a binding energy. With these analogies, nucleus can be compared with the liquid drop, and hence liquid drop model for the nucleus. This model can be used to explain certain nuclear processes like nuclear fission and fusion. Now, let's see semi-empirical mass formula. What is semi-empirical mass formula? There are 5 terms present in it. Here A is mass number, Z is atomic number, A is atomic mass number, and Z number are protons and A minus Z number of neutrons. Then total mass is equal to mass of hydrogen into Z, means number of proton, plus mass of neutrons into A minus Z. Okay. Then mass of hydrogen is equal to 1.00813 AMU, and mass of neutron is equal to 1.00898 AMU. Okay. Difference comes like this. Then first part is binding energy correction. Here binding energy correction is a short range, means correction factor is M1 is equal to minus A1A, and here negative sign indicates the stability of the nucleus. If the positive sign comes, then it is instability. Okay. Next, second term is surface tension correction. Surface tension means the binding energy correction is overcorrected as the nucleus on the surface of the nucleus will experience forces on one side, giving rise to surface tension like forces. Therefore, the spherical nucleus M2 is equal to A raised to 2/3. Okay. A raised to 2/3. Positive sign indicates binding energy correction. Then third is asymmetric, means first binding energy correction, then surface tension correction, then asymmetric correction. In asymmetric correction, the part is those nucleates in which neutrons and protons pair are the most stable. So excess number of neutrons adds to instability of the nucleus. So asymmetry effect is proportional to A minus 2Z whole square. So M3 is equal to A3, such a constant for asymmetric correction. Then what comes? A minus 2Z whole square divided by A, which is mass number. Next, Coulomb correction. Coulomb correction can be calculated like as M4 is equal to 3 by 5 ZE square. Why ZE square? Because the Coulomb forces try to deform the spherical shape of nucleus, and hence a positive correction has to be introduced, which is proportional to Coulomb potential energy. Okay, that's why ZE divided by R. We know that R is equal to R naught A raised to 2/3. Okay, then what comes? R is equal to R naught A raised. Total value is such like this. In 5, next correction is odd even correction. In this, even number of protons and neutrons are. Next is odd even. In odd even number of protons and neutrons are more stable and hence more abundant in nature, but nucleates with odd number of protons and neutrons are less stable. To account for this pairing effect of protons as well, neutrons. So see here, number of protons, number of neutrons, stability and correction. Number of protons even, number of neutrons even, stability is more stable. So delta A is equal to minus F of A. Okay. Next, even odd pair moderately stable. Odd even moderately stable means delta is equal to 0. And if odd comes, least stable means less stable, which is positive. Okay. Then see here A1, A2, A3 are constant. So combine these total terms and your equation comes like as an isobar solution. Isobar means Z. Z indicates isobar. So dou M by dou Z. Your total is M0 plus M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4 plus delta A, means 1.00898 A minus 0.00085z minus a1a plus a2a raised to 2/3 plus a3a minus 2z whole square by a plus 0.00067z square by a raised to 1/3 plus delta a, which is semi-empirical formula. Now from this we can calculate the isobar. Isobar means derivative of semi-empirical formula, which is dou m by dou z, means what comes point which is equate to 0. 0.00085 minus 4 a3 a minus 2z whole square by a plus 0.00627 2z by a raised to 1/3. On substituting for a and z values, we know calculate the values of a3. So on substituting for a3 in equation 1.11 and solving for z, we get a is equal to a by 1.98 plus 0.015